Being an employee of the Upper Rainbow Factory means sacrificing any life outside those black walls. Workers are sworn to secrecy, forbidden from leaving, living inside the factory itself. Those few who managed to make it out, avoiding death altogether, were twisted and disturbed, too damaged to ever bring themselves to talk. Theories were proposed: dark magic from captured unicorns, chemicals and environmental hazards that no sane pony would tolerate, and even thoughts of another unknown sister of Celestia, destined to create the Spectra instead of raise a sun or moon. None of them could be farther from the truth.
Hello, everybody. I am BT, as always. Welcome to Fanatical. And with me today, as always, I have my wonderful co-host, Firebolt.
Hey there.
And we're joined by Mytho and Aeon.
Hello.
And we also have a very, very special guest from Spectra Studios, Blitz.
Sup?
And if you don't know, Spectra Studios is they're the people making the Rainbow Factory animation, and so we're going to be talking about that and other really ambitious projects today.
Right. So, Blitz, why don't we start? Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, well, myself, I am a rapper, first and foremost, over, being
Mom
the...
spaghetti.
Shut up.
Eddie.
I'm a rapper more than anything else in, this community, but I'm also the producer for the animated film, Rainbow Factory. We're very excited to get that going. But the reason why I started this happened months ago. It happened with a buddy of mine, and it kind of escalated. It snowballed into this giant thing. And me being a rapper, I was like, oh, hey, I'll do all the audio. So that's kind of what I do in this movie. I'm compiling all the audio, making sure it's mixed well, so that way it'll sound good and high quality for the final product.
You volunteered yourself for a monumental task, sir.
Pretty much. I already have 21 minutes of this done, and it's so convoluted, and that's only vocals. It's taken like a month or 3 or something to get all 21 minutes of this done, and we're only halfway through.
Wow.
Yeah.
So now, a task like this, when you're thinking of a fan animation, there's a lot of different aspects that go into something like that. Why don't you tell us a little bit about how the project got started and what the first thing you did was, like what your planning was?
Well, I started this project probably March or May of 2012, where if you go onto our website, rfnp.tumblr.com, and you go and look crew origins or something like that, it's you can see what happened. There's maybe 5 pictures there that is a conversation between me and someone named SBS Trollester Padawan or something like that. He also goes by Rory the writer, so I'm just going to refer to him as Rory. Between me and Rory, that it was his idea, but I said, hey, I gotta have some contacts. Maybe we can get something a little bit started. So what we started doing was we started, talking and seeing what kind of contacts we would get together first. I got Swagacorn, who has helped me immensely, to get this project started and rolling, since I have some procrastination issues. Then he posted a thing on the MLP 4chan, whatever it was, and we got Rob Stone, who was our scripter. Throughout, the process, we've got Double Rainbow Dash, Visualization Brony. We got all these people, and it just kind of escalated into this big, huge project. It was interesting because I'd never done something like that. Maybe a couple months into it, Rory stopped making contact with me. As a big studio with 50 people, I'd still gladly welcome him back into it. if he ever decides to come back. But, I got to owe credit to him. He kind of got our name out there a little bit at the start so we could actually make this thing, happen.
All right. So the first thing that we've seen so far was the preview that you put out a couple months ago. And
Or teaser.
yeah, the teaser, right? Now, was that like stuff that was going to be in the actual animation, or did
Not
you
at all.
like that was just a one-off?
It's just a one-off to show a little bit of a preview of what we're capable of. Also, to the
That's
people
a
complaining about the
very smart
gradients and
idea.
that one scene, that
I'm
is due to
sorry.
the fact. That's fine. Don't worry about it. That is due to the fact that we were placing a slight time crunch on it to get it out by October 31st. For the fact that we did have a slight time crunch in the last couple of weeks there, it turned out really high quality. So we're very happy with that, and the final product will definitely be higher. It'll raise the bar even further.
I saw the
That
test
is a-
animation. It looks very good.
That is a very smart idea, though, to have the trailer be something not from the actual show. I always like that.
Yeah, my thought process on that, and I'm pretty sure, I think that along the same lines as our director finish line, our thought process on that was, you go and see the Hollywood movie, you see them on the TV, and they kind of spoil the ending for you,
Sucks.
Yeah,
It's terrible, because you see, like, oh, explosion, oh, he's going to die. Lovely.
It's like, oh, his
Yeah.
mom comes back in this one. That's great.
You know,
Look
they
at
do
that.
that on they do that on the hub all the time. Like when they're talking about the episode or whatever. Yeah, they always spoil stuff.
Exactly.
That's why
You
I
don't
only
want to
watch
do
the
that.
pirated version on YouTube.
You want to keep it as much of a mystery as possible. In fact, there's a little special bit that some of you may have heard going around, but I'm not going to indulge any of you on that because we are going to just tease you with that until
Such a
we're ready to
tease.
tell you.
Well, no, I talked to Finish Line a little bit. He did say that you guys have something planned for Derpycon South.
Yes.
Okay. Why don't you actually? There was actually a story there about going to Derpycon. So why don't you tell us about that?
The story about Derpycon South?
Mm-hmm.
Could you elaborate on that a little bit? Because there's been a lot of stories about Derpycon South.
Sorry, just like you said that you were going to go to a different con first, and then you ended up
that
going
story.
to Derpycon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we were starting to get ready to go to a different con, one that Swagacorn had planned for us maybe a year ago, and we said, "Oh, hey, cool, we're gonna get ready to go to this specific con." Due to the nature of the convention and how disorganized it was, I would like very much to not mention it, just so we don't, slander their
Yeah. Okay.
good name.
It was Fiesta Equestria, wasn't it?
Yes. It was not a Fiesta Equestria. Anyways, so this specific convention, we got in contact with two of the people organizing it. I'm also not going to name their names because that might tip people off as to which con it was. But these specific people said, "Yeah, sure, we can interview you. We can interview you, get you in. We can talk to our lead, and we can, get you a panel. It shouldn't be a problem." So that was pretty much guaranteed shoo-in, for us to get it. Comes out a while later, this con chair has a bitch fit and fires them. And I'm sitting here like, what the heck? What does this do to our panel? Well, apparently, since they never brought it up to her, they never had the time or something like that, she never knew about it. And so I had a quick conversation with her, as did my director, Finish Line. And she basically told us that, so long, have fun. We're not going to host your panel because we're already too full, and I was never aware of it.
It was DashCon,
So-
wasn't it?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. I'm not going
At
to
least you
slander
have
the
a
names of any
good
con.
excuse.
And
I know, I'm kidding.
I come to find out after the fact that this con had a reputation for being very, very disorganized. And so me and, Finish Line kind of talked to each other on my Skype and thought, maybe it's not such a bad thing that they didn't want us there. So, and then a while later, we got in contact with DerpyCon South, and they have just been amazing to work with. They've been pretty good with promotion, and they're really eager to get working with us on this panel. So we're very happy to work with them.
Well, they have that lovely Louisiana accent.
A lot of Popeyes down there. Yeah.
I have no idea. I don't live down there.
Don't get your joke
We have
fireball.
we actually do have a couple of members who do though.
So yeah, Finish Line did mention that there was going to be some kind of sneak preview at DerpyCon South, but that they have the exclusive rights to that once for the panel. So that'll all be coming out during DerpyCon South. What day is that again?
September 20th and 21st.
September 20th and 21st in Louisiana. All right.
Yeah, New Orleans.
New Orleans, right. So tell us about some of the people that you brought on for the different aspects of the project. Like, who do you have doing music? Who do you have voice acting, stuff like that?
I actually have about 50 people. Do you mind if I go into the chat really quickly just to see some of the names, because some of them escape me?
That's fine, yeah.
I want to bring up like everyone, but I can't.
Right. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. The announcement chat actually does have 50 people in there. It's insane. Well, first off, let's start off with our voice for Rainbow Dash. Is Purple Rosalind, who is probably one of the closest impersonators I have ever heard. She's really good.
I know I've heard of her. I can't remember what other projects she's been in, but I have heard of her before.
I'm failing to think of them either, but she works a lot with Wubcake, who's our Scootaloo.
Oh, I know her.
Yeah.
Wubcake is our Scootaloo, who's also very good at what she does. We have a couple of people like Visualization Brony is doing some of our visuals. He's actually doing the poster for our teaser, not teaser. I'm sorry, we just did that. For our promotion for DerpyCon South. We're doing a big promotion to say, hey, we're going to DerpyCon South. Come, join us. All that. We have Ian Martinez, who goes by Seven Toes In on DeviantArt. He's extremely good at storyboarding. We got, we have Glaze and Mike the Microphone. All the big people. Ben Double Rainbow Dash. He's doing, some of the animation stuff. Have you ever heard of Autumn Starlight? He's our head animator. We have Made, who did the Made edits. He did the button mash or mutton bash. That's what it was.
Yup.
Yeah.
I love it.
Honestly, I don't think that those should be a reflection on what he does, because he's a very good animator. It's just that, he decided.
Oh yeah, it's just like
have
his
fun
sense
with
of
it.
humor is amazing.
Some people think, oh, he did this, I'm not going to watch any of his stuff. It's ridiculous. I don't get it. He's an extremely good animator. I don't get it. Another thing is we have, animator Phoenix, who's also a very good, animator. If you remember one of the EQD spotlights, there was a thing where Lyra found a bunch of tracks and she thought they were human footprints.
Yeah.
And she started off with bum 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 whatever. But the animator of that, I Can See Your Shed, is also with us. He's also extremely good at animating. Let me ask you, do you know the Pony Sims,
Yes.
Yeah.
Udikai.
Yudhai Kelladai? He's also with us.
I've never figured out how to pronounce that.
Yudhai Kelladai.
Yudhai
took me a while, too.
Kelladai. Okay.
Yudhai Kelladai. He honestly, I found out he works with Flash 7, the really old free one.
Oh
and
yeah,
it
lots of
blew
people
my mind.
prefer to use the older ones because they get used to them.
Yeah. So we handed him a copy of Flash CS6 that Ryan had lying around. So we gave him that for use for this project, just so he can, trade files with us and all that other stuff.
Just lying around.
Yeah, pretty much. We just had like an extra copy.
Here's this $300
sure.
program.
Pretty much. On the musicians, we of course have Glaze, but we have some people that I know, like DJ Morton came to us really early on and said, hey, cool, can I join? And we also accepted him. Our first thing on the YouTube was a promotion that we needed a lead anime artist, and he made this really cool remix of the Rainbow Factory, theme, and I just kind of blown away. He's a really good musician, really good with the piano. We also have Skyline, who's a rock artist. If you've heard some of his songs with I Be a Brony Rapper or with Rhyme Flow, you can know that he's really good with the guitar.
Hold on, who we talking about? What musician?
Skyline.
I know the name. Sorry, I heard Rhyme Flow, and I be a
Yeah,
Brony Rapper.
Rhyme Flow's
So,
I've also actually got Rhyme Flow with us too.
oh shit, things
So
got
I'm
real.
pretty good. I'm pretty good friends with Rhyme Flow. He might be helping me do a pretty cool rap song for the end of the the end credits, which I think would be very suited.
Nice.
We also have Lava Electrode. He's pretty big into the he's got the really classic hip hop style going for him, but he can also work with orchestra instruments very well. I'm also sure you've heard of the Pegasus device song made by Slipstorm, right?
Oh,
Yep.
He's with us too.
Yeah, yeah, just a bit, yeah.
Just a bit. Yeah,
Just
he's
a
with
bit.
us too.
Yeah,
So,
that's pretty cool.
I have so many people I want to, but I kind of got to cut this short because we got to get to the next questions and stuff. Don't want to bore everyone, but we really do have some amazing talent. If you go to our, Tumblr page, you can click the crew list and you can see everyone that we got there. I can't, thank them all enough for this.
Now
So-
you mentioned Glaze at one point in time. Obviously, this is it's his song, Rainbow
Mhm.
Factory. Now, is he working on music for the animation as well, like other music to go along with it?
If
or
you
is
remember
he...
our teaser, he actually made the music for that.
Okay.
He's he needs a little bit of prodding sometime. There's a reason why you can't spell glazy without lazy. But he's an extremely good musician. He came up with that music in about 2 days.
Wow.
I have a question.
Mhm.
I never read the Rainbow Factory story,
Mhm.
but are you collaborating with the guy who wrote that or no?
We've actually had contact with Autumn Star, or sorry, Autumn Star. Autumn, no, Don. I can't think of his name right now.
Yeah, I don't know who wrote it. 'Cause
Aurora
I
Dawn.
never read
Aurora
it.
Dawn.
Aurora Dawn.
It was
Okay.
that A that was getting me mixed up. We've had contact with Aurora Dawn. What's funny is in the beginning, I did mention Rory, the writer. He tried to get in contact with Aurora Dawn, and at the time that this happened, Aurora was getting probably 20 a week or something like that. Just an inordinate amount of requests. Hey, can you help me script for the Rainbow Factory movie I'm making? Hey, can you help me script for the Rainbow Factory movie I'm making? And he's just go ahead and use it if you want. I'm not gonna help because he's seen too many people start this and then die out.
That's
That's a
99% of fan projects. Yeah.
Yeah. So once he saw our teaser, once he got word of our teaser, he was like, "Wow, this is really cool. Someone's actually doing it." And so I was like, "Hey, remember when you said you wouldn't help us? Yeah, remember that?" No, but he did offer I did ask him, and he did offer this time around that if we wanted to pick his brain for ideas or to clarify something, he did agree to that. So we do have
So-
some contact with him. If we do get stuck, we might be utilizing him.
Okay.
So
Oh my
this
god, it
brings-
made him sound like a tool.
This brings me to my next question. I was going to ask you. From what you just said, and you mentioned Rainbow Dash and Scootaloo earlier. How
Mhm.
close does your animation follow to the actual story? Does it deviate anywhere, or is it just like a straight reproduction?
Let me put it this way: we copied and pasted the fanfic, and then wrote it in script form.
Yeah.
You took the Firebolt school of scripting.
We did change up a couple of parts just for consistency's sake, but nothing that would change from the fanfic. Just a couple of parts, to get it ready for the second secret part that we're not going to tell you about yet.
Okay.
Ooh,
Does it mean that it's going to go in the Powerpuff Girls universe? Is that the secret?
Rainbow Dash, slow down. Anyway.
Yeah, well, I wonder. You probably can't tell me about it if this is true, but because Pegasus Device is the sequel to Rainbow Factory,
It's not Pegasus Device.
It's not.
It's not. I
Get
can
shut
tell you
down.
that much.
Okay. No, I'm just saying. Pegasus Device is the sequel that was.
I'm
brought
aware,
up
but if
in
the
fact-
reason why I'm able to tell you that is because if you think about it, Pegasus Device is probably 5 times longer than Rainbow Factory. How are we going to fit that into another half that's just as long as Rainbow Factory? 20 minutes.
Very, very,
Very
cleverly.
carefully.
The problem would be we'd have to cut out so much information to turn it into a Hollywood movie, and everyone would be like, "Oh, the book was better," and then we'd be shunned. But so people have asked us, "Are you going to do the Pegasus Device afterwards? It's a sequel, so on and so forth." We would love to do that. We would love nothing more to do that, but we don't have the resources to do it in an adequate amount of time. It would probably take us until 2020 or further in order to be able to get something like that done. Seeing as this is a project that won't come out until 2016,
Dude, you better get started.
looking like.
So Rainbow Factory is not going to be done until 2016 then.
Late 2015, mid 2016 is what we're looking at.
Okay.
Coming out after Finding Dory.
So,
Finding Dory.
so I have a question. I think a lot of animators who are listening to Mytho might be interested in what are your guys animating in? Is it Flash or
Flash
something
CS6?
else? Okay. The Mytho, you've had experience animating with Flash.
Yes.
Are you gonna apologize to these people for having to do a whole long project like this and that?
Well, I mean, they've probably got a lot more. They've probably put a lot more thought into setting it up than I did when I made big projects in Flash, like
What we're
breaking
starting
it
to do is we're
apart.
starting out with all of our puppets first, and then we're going to, move from there and create everything.
They've got puppets.
Piece of the time.
I hate delving too deep into this in case you don't want to, I guess, divulge any of your trade secrets. But did you
We don't
guys
really have any trade secrets.
did your guys make your own puppets or did you get them from a
That is
resource?
the plan. That is what we are doing. We are making our own puppets. Honestly, earlier on we talked with Zachary Rick, Reich, whatever the heck his name is.
Rich.
Whatever. I apologize to him for butchering his name like that. My last name isn't, pretty to pronounce either. But he did offer us his double rainbow puppets, and we declined, saying, hey, we want to go our own route, so on and so forth. And, the real reason was that we didn't want his puppets, which were rather low in quality. They're good for beginners. They're just not good for the high quality that we're looking for.
Yeah, in case you don't know, Mytho he runs a show called Animation Station where they analyze animations from the fandom and break them down. So he has thoroughly analyzed Double Rainbow. How long was your Double Rainbow episode, Mytho?
An hour and a half.
An hour and a half.
Oh my god.
Which, by the way, the same exact Animation Station also has talked about the teaser for.
I believe I've actually seen that.
Yeah, for Rainbow Factory. So.
Yeah, we talked.
I believe I've seen
about
that.
the gradients.
That's where it was. That's where it was.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, yeah, Well,
that explains that.
But yeah, I agree with you about the Double Rainbow puppets. They could have been done so much better. Quality was sparse, and it's good that you guys are putting effort into making your own puppets. You've got a pretty crack team of animators working on it.
I will say we did slightly outsource just a little bit.
Oh, that's no trouble.
There's another studio that is allowed to use our Philly puppet in exchange for creating our walk cycles for us. These are going to have the walk cycles and flight cycles built in, so that way it makes it that much easier, to animate that.
I say anything that takes a load off your team just a little bit, something like trivial like
Celestia in the story.
Because you're gonna want to shoot yourself.
No, I'm legitimately asking. I don't know. Is Celestia in Rainbow Factory?
I'm not sure. No.
Okay, good. Consider yourself lucky.
Yeah. That means
you don't want to have anyone animating that.
Shows up and then blows the place up. Oh no, that's just everyone in the comments who's like, oh, I don't want the Rainbow Factory here. Celestia should go and blow it up. Yeah.
I am perfectly okay with a good dark story, so I'm looking forward to seeing this since I've never actually read the story.
And see, here's the thing. That's what people don't get. People see horrorcore and they think, oh, Pinky eating, cupcakes made of Rainbow Dash and all the blood and all the gore and everything like that. But that's not what it is. What Rainbow Factory is a story with a dark background that is based on the needs of the most rather than the needs of the few, or the needs of the many rather than the needs of the few. And that's what makes it such a great story. It's that atmosphere of they know what they're doing and they know they need to do it even if they don't want to.
So what you're telling me is Leonard Nimoy runs the Rainbow Factory. Gotcha.
I was gonna make a joke if you weren't.
Don't worry, Mytho, I got this.
So
Sweet.
now, couple of things. First of all,
Mhm.
now the symbol that you have, the logo that you have for the Rainbow Factory, was designed by you guys, right?
Which one? The Clydesdale Weather Factory?
No,
one?
no,
With
like the three
the
bars or
clouds with
whatever.
the 3 smokestacks and the wings and the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Found that shit on Google.
Because that picture has now like become synonymous with this project and with the Rainbow Factory
Sure. And my plan is when this comes out, if we use that in that logo in the movie, I'm actually going to find the person, because I found so many pictures of that on Google. I don't know who the original person. I'm gonna take some time and research like crazy to find out who it was, so that way we can properly credit them for the use of that. I am a huge believer in credit where it's due. So,
Oh, yeah.
I would gladly say I found that on Google, but I'm planning to find out who it was.
Okay. Now during the preview, the trailer that you put out, there was narration to it.
Yes.
Is that going to be kind of the same thing with the actual animation? Like, will there be some bits of narration as opposed to just
Absolutely
completely?
not, actually.
Okay.
We don't plan to have any narration, and if there is, then it'd probably be in the beginning, just for a little bit of,
For like an intro,
a little
yeah.
bit of
Okay.
scene. But I don't believe that's the case, since we have a completely different way to start it out. If I can get, the people to do their thing, because I'm trying to get that done, but certain people aren't responding to me.
Yeah,
I also
I
don't
know
want to
that
explain
feeling.
what that is, because what it will do, it's just a little teaser for you guys. What it'll do is it'll set the scene to make people think, oh, this isn't so bad. And then it'll turn around and kind
Punch
of
you in the
progressively
face.
get deeper and darker. And then people will be like, what is this?
They'll just kick you in the balls.
Oh, pretty much.
No, it's one of those things where I think if I
It'll,
watch
it'll,
it, I won't quit making Rainbow Dash I'm sorry, Captain Hook and the Biker Gorilla jokes. I won't.
That was a really
Impossible.
good episode. I like that one.
Yeah.
That was a good impersonation.
I know, I'm really good at it. Somebody thought I was Flim Flam Philosophy once.
That,
I've been watching too much stuff of his lately. Ugh.
yeah.
Sorry, I don't mean to do it all the time.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
That's
Uh,
Okay,
almost spot
before
on.
we
I just look
before
up and I
we
see my
like
it says you will die a horrible death. Yes.
Mm.
Anyways,
and now we will see the demise of the yellow one.
Okay, enough with the references.
it was the yellow one. Anyway, sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I'm yelling at BT, not you.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's too fun.
I was talking about the narration, and it just made me remember. I think it was you, BT, that said that the narrator was amazing.
Yes. Oh my God, I love
Are you
your
not aware of
narrator
who the
so.
narrator was?
No, but I want him.
That was Mr. Mike the Microphone.
Oh,
Really?
okay, yeah,
Really?
that's right. That makes sense.
It was Mike.
Yeah. Okay. I should have realized that, but yeah.
That was,
Okay.
like, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you actually looked in the credits, we post everything in the credits. So it says that
Credits.
the
Who reads the credits?
not the credits, the description. But then again, who reads the description? No,
Exactly.
you can see that we had the music done by Glaze and the narration done by Mike, and Mike's vocals were also mixed by Glaze. They turned out really amazing.
Yeah, I've heard him narrate before. He does an amazing job.
Yeah, he used to do fan fiction readings on his channel, I think.
He used to, yeah.
He
I
did
think
narrate
I
Rainbow
think he did
Factory.
Rainbow Factory, yeah.
Mhm.
That's right.
that is actually why we contacted him. We asked him on Twitter if he would be our narrator for this, and he said yeah. And then he got back to us on Skype, and he said, "Hey, can I voice, this specific character? Because I don't know if we've told you what character he is yet."
Not yet, no.
No.
Okay, you'll find out. It's Jeffrey Con South.
Wow, wow. Okay. Yeah. It's like, hey,
I don't want to divulge
You're
that information
good.
just yet, but you will find out
No,
during Derpy Con
that
South.
was something that was like, hey, Mike and Microphone voices somebody in this, right? Did we tell you who? No? Well, too bad. I'm not going to.
Hey, you want this
Exactly.
dollar on a fishing pole? Can you get it? Huh? Catch it?
Come on.
Jump
Come
for
on,
it.
jump.
You know what
Just
this
go
is? This
for
is
it.
just getting your attention, making you, and the listeners kind of want to see more of it.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, you'll find out at Derpy Con South who he voices, but he was like, "Hey, can I voice this specific character?" And I was sitting here thinking, we didn't have enough characters on Twitter to ask you if you wanted to voice a specific character. Yes, this is fine with us. Please, for the love of God.
He voices Aurora.
That would be the best Aurora ever. No, actually, our Aurora is voiced by, the lovely Miss Rena Sham.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I just keep on thinking of Bill Cosby.
Yep.
But
Intrusive Bill Cosby.
Can Rena Chan do a good Bill Cosby impression? Is that possible?
Blacker than expected.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Mr. Firebolt, Mr. Leader of the Fanatical thing.
I was gonna say, I forgot, I was gonna bring something up.
Oh.
Shit.
What are you gonna bring?
Oh, right. I lost my segue. I was gonna bring in other like big ambitious projects that have been in the fandom in the past, and like what sets you apart from them. Something like Double Rain Boom or Snowblind.
I can tell you we're going to be higher quality.
Well, yeah. I mean,
You're taking
or
longer
let's-
too, which is good.
let's say
We're
something
planning
like
to take longer so we can, make sure that everything is perfect. We're not trying to rush because trying to rush makes shortcuts, and making shortcuts is how you end up with something low quality. And
You probably have editors.
Consumer, the audience. What?
You probably have like editors and people to look at stuff.
We don't have editors per se, but we do have people double checking over other people's work.
Do you have
Like-
quality assurance people? I mean,
Pretty much. I brought up Made Edits earlier, and he's actually our quality assurance for animation.
Good.
Very nice.
So we have all that set up. Our goal is to change how, animations are done in this fandom, because animations are done quick to get it out and so that people can get, the recognition, which I understand. It hurts, me, it hurts Ryan to say, for someone to be like, "Hey, can I put this up on my DeviantArt?" And it, he said this before. Saying no is kind of, hard because they want to get their, stuff out there and be recognized, but you can't do that because we got to keep some things secret so that way, people will be, awestruck with the final product.
You need to
Right.
bring out them NDAs and have people sign them.
Yeah. We've had to deal with the NDA issue a couple of times.
And I guess recently, I mean, this was like today. They released stuff for Journey of the Spark.
Yeah, the first like 15 minutes of it.
Yeah, first
Wait,
10
what?
minutes or whatever.
What?
They released the first 10 minutes of Journey of the Spark. It was a mix between animatic and animation.
Shit, really?
Right.
I want to
Back
watch
and
it.
forth. Yeah, it's
I
like the
didn't
top
know.
page of EQB.
I'm gonna look
Right.
at that now.
Like I said, that was like today that happened. So I mean,
Something new for Animation Station, Mytho.
Hell yeah.
that's another example of an animation that's been taking a long time. We've known about it forever.
Shit. Yeah,
still
it's coming out
going?
like.
Of
Kinda like-
course, it's still going. They actually
coming
had a
out
update video
next-
not too long ago.
Is it coming out next year or 2016? It's one of them.
2015 is what I heard.
Shit.
Why is this article
summer.
called Untitled anyway?
I don't know. It just is.
So
But they do
that's another example, and I can see Rainbow Factory
now
mirroring that kind of quality.
I have to ask: Are you worried about getting C&D'd by Hasbro, like at all? Have you guys
Well,
talked
see,
about that?
There's always the issue of a possible C&D because of our use of Scootaloo and, Rainbow Dash.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're using completely original content. There's always the risk of being C&D'd when you do a pony project anyways. It's just that ours is so anticipated that there's a bigger problem about it. Of course we are. Does that mean that's gonna hold us back from trying to do it? No.
Right.
Well,
I mean,
that's
yeah.
good, and I think luckily, once Jan Animations works out his little thing with Hasbro, I think it'll change the way that fan projects are done. I think it's going to pave the way for a lot of good things.
See, I did read that at one point, all of those Hasbro C&Ds were due to Hasbro's legal division,
Yeah.
like going on its own from the Hasbro animation division.
Well, good. Well, their legal firm isn't like within Hasbro. It's another company completely, and they just
Exactly.
go and
And they just kind of went crazy ballistic with, oh, we need to protect our intellectual property, or someone's going to try and take it. Who's going to try and take that? Jan Animation doesn't care about that. You know?
I don't think anyone in the fandom cares about that.
No.
You know,
we really don't. We don't want that kind of responsibility. We just want to make pony things.
yeah, it's kind of funny because this is like free advertising for them, and all these copyright laws were made pre-internet. It's kind of like something that needs to be addressed again.
Hasbro does realize that, and what most people don't realize is that Hasbro does realize that this is free advertising. It's Hasbro's legal division that says, oh, this is too much advertising. We're gonna try and sort this out.
Right. And the other thing about copyright is that if something gets reported, they're required by law to take it down, like if there's a trademark, stuff like that. But more than anything, they've said they don't want to do it, but sometimes they're forced to. The best thing that you guys can do is keep your promotions like to the cons and stuff like that. I don't know what you're putting out at DerbyCon South, but you should probably just leave it to DerbyCon South.
So don't throw it up on YouTube then.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we're probably gonna throw that up on YouTube. If we don't have it videotaped and then show that from specific stuff from DerbyCon South on YouTube, because anyone who doesn't go to DerbyCon South after the fact, or would be like, "What did I miss? I want to see it."
Right.
It would just kind of be mean,
Good point.
The exclusive rights to air it. I don't know if that means that we can't air it on our YouTube channel. I don't know if we gave up that right or something like that. But if we show a video of DerbyCon South showing that, maybe.
Well,
I feel like it's more exclusive rights to premiere it, not to air it.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I
just
don't
to be the
entirely know
first.
what's going on with that, because that is all Ryan's setup and stuff. Since I am not going to DerbyCon South, I have a job and some other things. I don't have enough money to do that. I would love to be there, but I don't have enough resources or time to do something like that. So I kind of left that to him. So that's really the only thing I can't really answer.
Okay. So this has been going for a couple months now. What I wanted to know is if there were any really big issues that you've run into so far that you had to try to deal with.
I used to be the director.
Oh, okay.
And I have no problems. I have no shame in admitting this. I went on a mad power trip at one point. We had some of the people approach me. I'm not going to explain who it is because then I feel like I'm singling them out. But we had a voice actor. We had another person, which I can't give away his position because he was he's like one of the only people in that position. We had another voice actor, and then we had an animator all get together in a group with me and say, hey, this is an intervention, like that TV show.
Damn.
So they, voiced their side of the story, and I listened, and they said, you know what, we feel like somebody else who has been devoting more time, because at the time he was our organizer rather than our director, but we feel like Finish Line probably be able to do a better job than you. So, okay, I was a little bit upset at this fact because I, poured so much energy into trying to get this started. But I didn't, have an issue with it because I did notice that I was getting a bit out of hand. I looked back at some of the chat and I was like, oh my God, I'm a monster. So I kind of contacted Finish Line. He lives like 3 hours ahead of me. Really late at night. It was like 12 at night or something. So I asked him, hey, are you on? He said, yeah, I just, you woke me up, but what's up? I was like, oh, if you want to go back to bed, feel free. He's like, no, I'm up. What do you need? So I kind of relayed the whole thing to him and said, hey, you're the director now. Do you have any issues with that? He said, no, I really, honestly, I'm truly, I feel kind of blessed to, have this happen after, I just started as a humble voice actor. He was going to be our voice actor for the flight instructor, and he still is. But so we faced that, and we came out stronger because of it. A couple other issues. Some voice actors having issues. One of them having left and not coming back entirely, throwing a massive, fit about whatever was wrong. I don't remember, but it was just insane. And that's kind of when we said, hey, no random people adding other random people who might be able to help in.
Right. Yeah.
And
So
because of that, we got kind of a structure going on how to run this thing a little bit.
Seems
So
like
every
you got a
time we
very
deal with an
solid
issue-
network.
Yeah,
What's
every time
your-
we deal with an issue, we come out stronger because of it.
What's your official title in all this? If you're not, are you like the creative director
producer.
or producer? Okay. Oh, you're a producer.
Yep.
You get them lofty credits.
Ryan being our director, I'm actually more acting like the co-director than the producer. Anyways, just because our current co-director has so much stuff going on in his life, he's never really able to be there. So I kind of had to, fill in for the past month. I'm not really gonna say what's going on, but he's got like school and some life stuff going on. So we try to be understanding of stuff like that. But yeah, so I'm the producer. I do all of the vocal compilation. I do some of the mixing. So I have done a bunch of things for this movie. It's just all scattered everywhere.
Now, I also got to ask, why Spectra Studios? Like, why name it Spectra? Just because Rainbow, Spectrum, just a connection, or
Well,
something deeper?
Spectra is in.
Spectra,
Yeah.
Spectra is in Rainbow Factory. It is noted as the color that flows through. They have to extract spectra from Philly's bodies in order to rainbow.
Okay.
It just kind of works. Spectra Studios, SS. It just kind of rolls off the tongue.
Right. Yeah.
Double S.
That's like the only thing I know about
Also, the Rainbow Factory
Factory.
movie was really long and unnecessary.
Yeah. That makes sense. So now, I guess with the name like Spectra Studios, would you be planning on doing anything else after Rainbow Factory
We
is
plan to.
done?
We actually just set up a website, Spectra Studios ENT or Spectra ENT or something like that. That we plan to make more original videos rather than just pony videos after the fact. Seeing as by the time this is done, the pony fandom may or may not be dying down. We don't know, but we plan to make original videos after that, and hopefully one day we can actually be an actual movie studio and
Always
create
good to plan ahead.
exactly and
Good for
create
you.
actual movies that are of higher quality and closer to an original story than the Harry Potter movies are based off of a story. If we do something like that, we want to stay as true to the book as possible. That's why we're staying as true to the fanfic as possible right now. We kind of want to change how movies are done.
Very,
Yeah.
very ambitious.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So now, like I
Holy
said,
shit, Aeon's still here. I don't know.
most-
Yeah. Sorry, I'm dying of heat stroke. It's all right.
That's fine. I am too. This room is really hot.
Yeah, I turned off the AC unit.
I would assume either like none of us or most. I don't think any of us have read Rainbow Factory.
Nope.
Okay.
No.
I tried. I didn't get past the first chapter.
How long is the fic itself?
The fanfic isn't very long, honestly. I got through it. I was reading through one point. I remember going to my mom's eye surgery thing uh, on a train to Chicago. I got through half of it on the train ride there. I got through the other half, just sitting there waiting. It doesn't take more than a day. Maybe not a few hours, but maybe devote 5-ish, maybe 10 hours over a couple of days. You should be fine. You should have finished it. It's not entirely long. Pegasus Device is 10 times more compelling and 5 times longer, and it only took me 17 hours to read because I went and read through it the entire day.
Fuck yeah, moderation's for pussies.
Yeah.
You gotta do that all in one sitting.
So I
That
mean,
overdosing.
along with an animation, obviously, a lot shorter than the actual fic itself.
Exactly, because you don't need to read all of the narration involved. You just need to, look at. You need to write what is said.
You have
rather
visual
than
storytelling.
being, described.
Right.
It's being
Right.
just can be shown in a second what takes, 10 seconds to read.
Right. Can you tell us about what your estimated length of the project is going to be?
Estimated length of the project should probably be about 45 minutes. We want to stay around 45 minutes. 30 to 45 minutes. So.
Okay.
Very impressive.
Yeah.
So, now, you said if you're going to DrippyCon South this year, and this is supposed to be like a 2016 project, do you plan to show more next year? Like, possibly go to a con and show us a preview next year?
Honestly, we plan to show as much as we can. If we're lucky enough to get another panel next year, which we probably will be, let's be honest, we more than likely will plan to show a bit more progress than what we have this year. What we have this year is, I don't mind saying it, we'll show a little bit of animatics, but, nothing like actual animation. Think of it like how Hasbro did for season 4. They showed a little bit of animatics at a con.
Okay.
So that's what we're planning to do. We got a scene specially picked out that will display, for anyone who hasn't seen the Rainbow Factory, it shows exactly what the Rainbow Factory is and why they need to do it.
And I mean, so if it's done by next late October, you should totally premiere it at Nightmare Nights Dallas.
Which one? Our animatics?
No, if the full project is done by next October.
Oh no, yeah, next October. We will cross that bridge when we come to it.
You should totally premiere it at Nightmare
But
Nights
the problem
Dallas
is
just for the
that
motif.
being 30 to 45 minutes, that would take up pretty much the whole time.
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna premiere it at a con.
Yeah,
Well,
we really
I
wouldn't
mean-
premiere it at a con or force people to sit through something that might not interest them,
Well, I mean, people wouldn't have to go to it. Make it like a 2-hour long panel.
Well, I don't know if they control how long the panel is.
That's
They-
No,
like-
I mean,
they did
I mean,
There's
concept
so
I
many
mean,
problems.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's you submit it to the con. You're like, hey,
this
we have
point,
this
it's
really
easier to
big
say-
animation.
At this point, it's easier to say we'll just cross that bridge when we come to it. We plan to premiere it on YouTube, the final product on YouTube, but if something happens and we're able to do it, earlier, maybe.
Yeah, no, I'm just spouting off ideas. I do that.
Don't interfere with their affairs,
Don't worry
BT.
about it.
Don't interfere with their affairs.
Yeah, he does that. That's why he's our writer.
So we're running out of time right now. So
We have a time limit.
Well, I mean,
I'm sitting. I'm not running.
I don't know. Mythos
Well, it's
said
been
he
almost
hit-
an hour. It's been
he-
50 minutes.
I'm
Right.
sweating. I'm not sitting. Just slowly falling off my chair.
I'm getting out of this chair.
Are you turning into Aeon soup?
Yep. It's all over the floor right now.
I'm melting.
Hey,
Mmm. Soup.
It's like melted ice cream instead of soup.
Gross.
All right. So is there anything else?
I
Firebolt?
think we're pretty good. Did you have any final comments, final statements you wanted to make?
I was gonna make a Monty
Honestly,
Python.
really. What?
No, no, just muttering. Sorry.
Oh yeah. No, honestly, I really do appreciate you guys for letting us have this opportunity. It means a lot to us that we have people who are, want to interview us. All the fans out there that are like, "Oh, hey, I want to watch this." I really didn't expect it to escalate to this point. So thank you guys very much for allowing us this opportunity.
I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye on the project. I can't wait to see more.
Absolutely, and thank you very much for letting us interview you.
And
Oh, yeah, no problem.
like all guests, you're always welcome back for just one of our regular episodes where we can be all the offensive we can be.
Oh yeah, I'm totally down with that.
So I guess that's it for the interview today, and
We will see
And-
you on the next episode where we might interview somebody else. We're not
Yeah.
sure yet.
We'll do other
Yeah, next-
stuff.
yes, next week we have another interview lined up. Whether it's going to be within the next week or 2 weeks, we don't know quite yet. So
Do we want to say who yet or
Eh,
no?
We all know it's Lauren Faust. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I
We
mean,
know it.
she's come out
We
of hiding,
are.
right?
It actually ties in a little bit with this because we're actually looking into getting Self-Storm on. With
Soapstone.
yeah,
Oh
Self-Storm.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're
If you
looking to
guys
interview
can't
him on
contact him, I got contact with him, no problem.
well, our
Well,
buddy
yeah, one of
our-
our friends is
friend with him.
yeah, it knows him. Yeah. So.
It's a complicated relationship.
So that is it for us, and
Yeah,
we will see you all next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bet on it.